All right, YouTube, it's Jeff here. I'm in Gary, Indiana at the Schneider terminal. There's a Schneider Sea of Orange out there. And let me get this back up here. Ain't done a video in a couple days, so I did a Schneider Life on the IC Choice program. Be an update here for the last few days. Wednesday, I delivered up in Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin there. It was live unload, 8 o'clock in the morning, got there at 7:30. And the guy says at 8 o'clock, back in, we'll have you out of here in about 30 minutes. So I got to back in about 8:09 because one of their trucks showed up and they unloaded him first. And so I got in the dock at 8:09, and by 8:30, I was out of there. Then I drove 10 miles down the road, and I picked up my next load, and that went down into Indiana. On Wednesday, I delivered it. And went to the truck stop down there, and got up the next morning, drove over to Kentucky. I had a 60-mile deadhead, drove over there, and was supposed to get a preloaded trailer, but I showed up a little early, and the trailer wasn't loaded yet. She said, well, we can just live load yours if you it would only take about an hour. And I said, sure, no problem. So I backed in. An hour later, I was loaded, and I went up by the house, delivered that load on Thursday. And then Friday, today, I had 3 loads to do. 2 I had to pick up and deliver, all drop and hook. So I picked the one load up this morning and went and took it 90 miles, dropped it, went 10 miles over to my next load, dropped and hooked there. I delivered that up by my house and dropped and hooked there. And I had no deadhead there because it was left out of the same place I dropped at. And that's where it lands me here in Gary, Indiana. This load that I got, though, goes up into southern Wisconsin for tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'll deadhead down and get me a load going back to Michigan. And I'll be home Sunday. And I'll take Sunday and Monday off. Usually I take Saturday and Sunday off, but there's a lot of freight, a lot of good freight. So when the good freight's rolling, I'll just stay working. And I'll just switch my days by a day or two. I'll still get my days off. Because I like to be out of the house. You got to see the family. So I do a lot of short haul, and that keeps me. I can stop by there, once or twice during the week, and on the weekends. So that's the good thing about being over here. There's a lot of freight, and what they have on the board is what that's actual freight they have, and you can pick it 24/7. And a lot of guys say everybody talks great about the companies that they're with and everything, and I'm not like that. If you want to talk about Schneider, call me on the phone. I'll give you my number, and I'll tell you the good and bad. Every company has good things people like, and every company has bad things they like. It just depends on what you want to put up with, and that's the main thing about it. And so the grass usually isn't greener anywhere you go, but the money is. Okay. But anyway, enough of that. So that's what I did, and then I booked up myself for all next week. So I'll leave the house on Tuesday. I have 2 short loads to do on Tuesday, and then I got 1 on Wednesday to go over to Wisconsin. And then I got a load on Thursday that takes me down to Indiana, and then 1 back up to Michigan for Friday. For Friday. So that's what I'm doing. And so I'll look for another load probably, Monday or Tuesday. I'll start looking again. But I like to try to keep myself booked up at least 2 days, 3 days in advance, sometimes a week. I don't like to go more than that because a lot of good loads will come up. And I like to be, within 2 or 3 days of my stuff because I don't want to book too far ahead. And a good thing about over here is, if a load cancels, if they cancel one of your loads that's 2 or 3 days out, it doesn't bother you. You just tell them to take all the loads off you after that, and you just rebook your stuff, so you don't lose anything. And like I said before, I've been here 8 years, going on 8 years now, and I've never had to sit a day without a load. I'm always rolling. So if I come out here away from the house, I want to work. You know, I don't want to be out here sitting in truck stops and waiting a day or two to get my freight. I want to pick the freight up and move it and keep rolling. So that's what I do. And I survived New York, you know. I went out to New York and come back because it paid really well. And met a nice guy out there. Oh, Gray Big, he's a YouTuber. And but you know, check his channel out. You know, as in one of my other videos, I said that. And another guy out there, Ponzi Zombie Killer. I like his videos. Seems like a really nice guy. Check his channel out. And everybody have a safe trip. And just be safe out there because it's summertime coming. And a lot of these people, they would look on their phones. They're talking on their phones. They're not paying attention to the road. They're cutting in and out. And you all see them out there. So just be safe out there. We'll talk to you later.